Here are 6 awesome martial arts movies you need to watch. This is Nerdist Now. With Marvel dropping the Shang-Chi teaser last week and Mortal Kombat uppercutting its way into theaters and on HBO Max into our hearts, we here at Nerdist want to provide you with a list of some other incredible martial arts movies to fill your eye holes with if you're still craving roundhouse kicks after Sub-Zero shattered your brains. Now we know there are thousands upon thousands of amazing martial arts movies out there, but we're focusing on ones that might be a little bit lesser known to some people, and you can find all of these easily on various streaming services. The night comes for us. It's medically impossible to overdose on Mortal Kombat star Joe Taslim, so after you're done watching him freeze blood into daggers, you can always go and watch him knock heads around in the raid, or be a complete badass in Warrior, which, by the way, if you're not watching Warrior, go watch that right now. Fix your life. But if you want to see Taslim become completely unhinged, 2018's The Night Comes For Us is exactly the kind of all-out madness to sink your teeth into. Indonesian director Timo Tayanta lets Taslim off the leash in this graphic novel-turned movie that never ever lets up on the action even for a moment. Insane knife fights, violent butcher shop employees, bloodthirsty assassins, and of course the raid star Iko Uwais as the big bad of the movie all coalesce into an incredible 13-minute long, knockdown, drag-out slobber knocker of a fight at the film's climax. Now, with that said, a word of warning, it is a bit on the gory side. The film earned itself an NC-17 rating simply because the fight scenes are so brutal, but if that's your kind of vibe, then also check out Headshot, another movie from the same director, which is also streaming on Netflix. The Villainous. Remember that bonkers motorcycle chase scene from John Wick 3? Well, you have the 2017 Korean action film The Villainous to thank for inspiring it. This Jun Byung-gil film follows the story of Suk-hee, a woman trying to escape her life as a perfectly trained weapon. Her romantic past with a crime boss spirals its way into her new life as a secret government assassin, all while she's working to protect her young daughter. So a lot of work-life balance going on here, plus a lot of knife throwing as well. Packed full of mind-blowing cinematography, beautifully choreographed fights, and a deep well of emotional storytelling running through it, The Villainous will leave your jaw on the floor with every new scene, so put down a pillow so you don't hurt your jaw when it falls to the floor. Anyway, Dragons Forever! It wouldn't be a proper list of must-see martial arts movies if we didn't include a Jackie Chan classic, and you've probably seen Rush Hour and Rumble in the Bronx and hopefully Police Story, but one gem you might have missed is the 1988 film Dragons Forever. Directed by and starring the legendary Sammo Hung, Dragons Forever is a phenomenal action comedy that really shows off the skills of the 3 dragons. I mean, Yuan Biao might be some sort of elite android in disguise. What he does is almost inhuman. It's amazing. Great physical comedy, a charming cast, and kicks that you can almost feel in your chest when you watch them on screen. If you've been meaning to dig into Jackie Chan's older works, this is a fantastic place to start. Cannot recommend it enough. The Man with the Iron Fists. If incredibly over-the-top characters mixed with an amazing hip-hop soundtrack is up your alley, you're gonna have a blast with the 2012 cinematic treasure, The Man with the Iron Fists. Directed by Wu-Tang Clan's RZA, this movie swings for the fences just so hard, you have to respect it. It's got knee blades, Lucy Liu chopping people up with fans, Russell Crowe as a cowboy named Mr. Knife, RZA as the titular Man with the Iron Fist, and if that's not enough for you, how about a brass-plated Dave Bautista? Because, guess what? They've got a brass-plated Dave Bautista. Inspired by 70s martial arts films like Executioners from Shaolin and The Kid with the Golden Arm, this is a perfect movie to throw on when you want to unplug your brain and watch something so indulgent, the end credits might even have calories listed. The Grand Master. Now, there are a lot of movies about Ip Man, and if you want to see Donnie Yen be awesome, we can't recommend them enough. I mean, just look at this. But in the vast canon of Ip Man movies, Wong Kar-wai's The Grandmaster easily stands at the top of the hill. This 2013 film about the Wing Chun master who went on to train Bruce Lee is just amazing to behold. I mean, seriously, this might be one of the most beautiful movies ever put to film. Turns out, if you mix expertly choreographed fight scenes with Wong Kar-wai's auteur style, you get a film that captures martial art in this ethereal way that's very rarely seen in other films. And it stars Marvel's newly minted Mandarin himself, Tony Leung, as Ip Man. So take this as a subtle hint to dig into more of his work before you see him knock Simu Liu around this September in Shang-Chi. The Man from Nowhere. This 2010 South Korean thriller teaches a very important lesson. If a pawn shop owner with a dark past is pals with a snarky neighborhood kid, Don't kidnap that kid. The film takes you on a wild ride through a criminal underworld as our protagonist searches for the professional idiot that kidnapped his last connection to humanity. This movie drips with style, emotion, and you can feel its fingerprints all over the American action movies that would follow it just a few short years later. It's a movie that lures you in with slick action, and before you know it, you're weeping like a baby in between fight scenes. I mean, we cannot recommend this one enough. Thank us later. And those are 6 amazing martial arts movies you should watch if you're in the mood for some furious fists and killer kicks. But tell us, what are some of your favorites? What would you add to this list and why? Let us know in the comments below, and for even more knuckle-breaking action, stay tuned to Nerdist.com.